Welcome back to the channel. This tells me you are interested in the winter. If you've come to find out, will it snow on Christmas Day, you're on the wrong channel. But I'm here to tell you what I know and what I think is going to happen. First of all, I must say a big thank you to all those of you who took part in the poll and wanted this video to be made. Anyway, I've got various things to show you on what I think is happening at the moment and what I know is happening and what it may lead to. You hear the words may and what, not will. So let's get on with it. Right, the first thing I want to show you is sea ice and snow cover as of the 29th of September this year, just a couple of days ago. Yellow is sea ice areas where the sea is frozen, and the white, of course, that is snow cover. We're going to compare two images. The 29th of September this year is on the right, and the 29th of September last year, 2024, on the left. You can see there's a lot more sea ice this year than there was last year, and you can see there's a lot more snow over Siberia than there was in 2024. Right, we're looking at comparing models still on the 29th of September this year, compared with 29th of September 2023. You can see there's a big difference in sea ice cover this year compared with 2023, and there's a lot more snowfall over Siberia this year compared with 2023. This is going to be important because it means that we got a lot of cold air being locked in that area of the pole, and we could see it moving towards North America. The last set of sea ice charts I want to show you is this year's compared with 29th of September 2013. I wanted to go back to this particular year because 2013, 2014, we had a lot of snow in the UK and cold weather. There was several reasons for this, but I want to show you there is a little comparison, but there was a lot more snow cover around in 2013, but the comparisons are there. There was more sea ice in 2013, but you can see there's seemed to be a lot more cover this year compared with 2013 for the snow cover. A little bit more snow in Alaska, but it's in the same type of area. I'll tell you later why this could be important. Now we're looking at sea surface temperature charts in the Pacific, and this area here where it's all this cold water, that's well below average. It does oscillate between a warm period and a cold period, and this year we're definitely in this cold period, which is El Nino. You can see we've got some cold water up this region as well. Only the other week it was very warm waters there, but they've had quite a few storms come through and that's dropped the temperature. This could be important because the cold air over in Siberia and Alaska could join up with this section here. When we have this cold water section in the Pacific, it can lead to a colder winter into Europe. So that's why we look at this charts. The last set of charts we're going to have a look at is the polar vortex. The polar vortex is an area of very cold air above the poles, around 30 kilometres above the Earth's surface. At the moment you can see there's an area around about minus 75 degrees. A lot of it's around minus 60 at this time. Over the coming weeks, if we go forward to the 12th of October, you can see the polar vortex area has got a lot colder and it's grown in size. Lots of things could happen in the polar vortex. which could change the weather like it did 2013 and 14 if the polar vortex splits and we get reverse winds. But that's a long way off at the moment, so we'll look at that if it's going to happen in future videos. This is the very last chart I'm going to be showing you, and it's looking at the polar vortex winds. And at the moment there is nothing there to talk about. A bit later on in the winter we'll be looking to see if the polar vortex winds are strong. This would mean that we're just getting westerlies off the Atlantic, but if it's a weak polar vortex we could start to see a meandering shape taking place, and we could get some cold air draining off the poles. But that again is another month or so away before we can really start to look at that. Many thanks for watching this video. I do hope you found it interesting and of value to you. That's what's important. Value to you, not to me. So if you have found it interesting, do leave a comment below and let me know what your thoughts are. I would appreciate that. And if you want to see more of this type of content, do let me know below. I could have bought you the CFS model, which would probably show you it might be snowing on Christmas Day. But what's the point in that? Because it'll turn out to be probably the hottest Christmas day on record. So I don't go in for forecasting like that. Anyway, if you do find the channel interesting, you might want to have a look at this video up here. Until we meet again, look after yourselves and those you love. Thanks for your continued support. Be a fan. Bye for now.